everybody, welcome back to Shadowrun Hong Kong. I am in an emotional state of messitude because I just got done watching one of the saddest movies in the world. So, yeah, we're just gonna jump right back in. We were about to do some things. Oh, I think I decided that I wasn't gonna do Ractor's mission until I'd done something to level myself up, because his mission kind of requires someone who's more suave than my guy, and while my guy has the most epic of suaveness, he's not suave enough. So yeah, let's see what mission we took on, then we'll go do that mission, and then we'll just level up really hard and be like, totes my goats. But yeah, myself, my friend Chris, and my friend Sid, we all sat down together via Discord and watched a Monster Calls. So I'm just like, I'm a mess. The story is really hard-hitting and really personal, so, you know, if you get the chance, please go watch it. Why won't it let me turn this in? I've tried, and it's like, no. You have the evidence on Neville Ma to Dr. Sean Yang. I can't turn anything else in. Alright, let's go check. Just real quick. Fuck it. Okay, so restaurant. Post play data for sale. Let's do that. Okay. Oh, post pay date. Pay data. Yeah. Search BBS for relevant keywords. Looking for a decker. Looking for experienced decker for a discreet milk run on a supply house for purveyors of recreational substances. Potential for a longer-term arrangement. We're a team that's been together for years, running your basic heist and the occasional transport gig. We've got a reliable fixer and a long list of happy clients. Requirement: you must have a good sense of humor. Give me some new yin. 888. Hey, are you willing to give a newbie a shot? I've been in and out of Matrix since I was in school. I raised some creds doing odd jobs, so I've got a hot new cyber deck that I'm itching to try on a real run. I don't know, man. We'd really like to find a long-term decker, and you kind of don't know shit. You said so yourself. Sorry. Oh, come on. You said it was a milk run. How else would a Shadowrunner start if not with an easy gig? I'm being upfront with you. Doesn't that count for something? Fine. I got a test for you. You hack this guy, Captain Scone, and change his password to erotic massage. I'm on it. Thanks. Done. Am I in or what? Say yes. Say yes. What the fuck? Emma Zoom, may I introduce you to our rigger, Captain Scone? You'll make a fine addition to our team. Thank you. You won't regret this. You gotta stop getting people to hack me. Gimme or you'll be looking for a new rigger next. Aw, you know that you love me. He's like, come on. That's more poetry. The hunt continues. A short clip of a Trid News broadcast begins playing, and despite their efforts, no one has yet to come forward. The government of Henan has denied all connection with the terrorist fugitives, even going so far as to state that the White Star organization no longer exists. There has still been no word from the HKPF on the whereabouts of the fugitive terrorists. The mood on the streets is nervous. There is no telling when or where these terrorists will strike. For now, the Special Duties Unit of HKPF remains on active alert, ready to respond at a moment's notice. This is Sunny Chang with Horizon News signing off. She's Chang or Chun? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm sorry if I butcher names. What a load of crap. How are they going to convince us a bunch of crazy terrorists got into the Fez and just disappeared under their noses? This would never happen if Lone Star was the sole police force here. Sure, because heavily armed terrorists never sneak into Lone Star cities like Chicago and Seattle, only to disappear and remain free to roam the streets after they engage in public gun battles. There's no way Henan is connected to these people. If they really were White Star, they'd have struck already. Their entire modus operandi is suicide bombings and civilian casualties. If these people are hiding, they're probably on the wrong side of the setup. Sure, because everybody in the shadows is just some bleeding heart fighting the megas because they believe in freedom. Grow the hell up. Fuck you, dude. Looking for Decker. Can't have my eyes. It's mine. Okay, don't care about embezzlement. Alright. Let's leave. Gotta go do this here job. Tea house, not tea house, the mahjong house where my auntie lives to make life hard for me. Is there anything down here? I don't think I've been all the way down here yet. Oh, I guess anything there worth looking at. Let's go over here. Nope, this is also a dead end. Reliable Matthew. I bet. I bet you are, Matthew. I bet you are. Oh, this is like a whole storefront. What does Reliable Matthew sell? Smooth jazz just from cheap speakers on this barge. A wide array of worn-down drones litter the battered deck. Most are utility and domestic types, but a few cordoned off and the others are low-end security models. The salesman smiles indulgently at you, a tall, lanky human of clear Cantonese ancestry. He's wearing a cheap suit and limply clutching a smelly cigarillo. He adjusts his tie with exaggerated nonchalance, languid, ostentatious, like an American casino promoter. Hey there, beautiful. Me? Welcome to our little floating heaven. You've got a discerning look to you. What brings you to Reliable Matthew's Robot Bazaar? You call me pretty. He taps Ash over a bulky cleaning drone beside him. Not waiting for an answer, he continues. Perhaps you're looking for a hexacopter as a guide to Hong Kong, or a little handheld tarantular beauty to brew you tea. Are you calling me beautiful? You know it, beautiful. I hope I don't offend. I just can't help it. To me, everybody's beautiful, baby. Right back at you, beautiful. Oh, a man after my own heart. You're Reliable Matthew? That's right. Reliable Matthew Shun at your service. He extends his hand to shake. The odors of peach-scented moisturizer and stale tobacco smoke wash over you. How about it? Shake his hand. Pleasure to meet you, Reliable Matthew. Always, always. Welcome to our little patch of peace on the river. I think you'll really love Haoi. It's just a fantastic place. Well, now that we're acquainted, maybe I can brighten up your day a bit. What's your robot list, friend? Combat models? Reliable Matthew looks over his shoulder at the security drones, some heavily cannibalized in the corner of the yard. He turns back to you with a nervous smile. Funny you should ask. I've just gotten a Doberman that I'm selling at an incredible bargain price. Shall we take a look? Yes, let's look at the security drones. All of them. Oh my god, they're so expensive. Never mind, like the old song says, a droney day is a happy day. Goodbye, Matthew. Stop flirting with me, okay? I have eyes only for Duncan and Ractor. I know that's two people, but deal. I can't help it, they're both fucking good-looking dudes. Just like, how did I make friends with you? What is that? What is this? Parlor of 5 phases. What the hell does that mean? Let's go touch it. Whoa. Crafty shoe. Hello. Who are you? Talk to me. I am the Silver Wolf. A mild scent, sweet and slightly herbal, is the first thing you notice upon entering the old shop. Its quarters are cramped, made smaller by the display cases and furniture packed inside. The walls are lined with bookshelves, and the tables and chairs are stacked with old tomes. A few titles jump out at you: Lucid Dreaming, An Exploration of the Inner Self, Dream Logic, Nocturnal Visitations. Overall, the place feels lived in, if disorganized, not quite cluttered, but close. Milling at the front of the store is a shopkeeper lost in a book of her own. She's tall for a human, probably close to 2 meters in height. Her physique is typical bookworm, not overweight, but you can't see any muscular definition either. A wraparound tattoo covers her upper arms and shoulders, but from where you're standing you can't quite make it out. She fidgets. Gradually her eyes rise from her book and lock onto you. Welcome. Don't believe I've seen you before. She sets down her book and sweeps a strand of black and pink hair behind her ear. Name's Crafty. Silver Wolf, nice to meet you. She shakes your hand. Her grip is surprisingly firm. So, Silverwolf, what can I do for you? I've got spells, alchemical reagents, foci, whatever you want, really. Might have to do some digging to find it, but if it's magical, it's around here somewhere. Say, Crafty, have you had any vivid dreams lately? Her face is unreadable, her eyes lock onto yours. As a matter of fact, I have, Silverwolf, but we all get the occasional vivid dream, nothing special there. Gesture to the books on the tabletop. Really? Then why are you reading up on them? She flicks her wrist dismissively. Sure, it's a little weird that we're having them, but these types of dreams are common in the walled city. Nothing to get all worked up about, probably. Strange. I met someone the other day who said that too. She nods. Anyone who's familiar with the walled city would know that, but most people don't go out of their way to find out. My mother devoted her life to researching the walled city and the magical phenomena within it, so I grew up with stories about the city. The recurrent creepy dreams being one of them. They're common then? She nods. Common as the cold. My mother devoted her life to walled city and magical phenomena. Sure said that. I've never been inside the walled city myself, but Mom went in pretty regularly and experienced the dreams. Your mom sounds like an interesting person. The side of her mouth dips in a shallow frown. Sure, she was interesting, but not praiseworthy. Like to see your wares. What you got? What you got? I mean, I'm probably not gonna take Life Siphon. I can't use that shit. I'm not a mage. Ooh. Got weapons? Like, oh, you got magical weapons. I have no idea what everyone's wearing. Whoa, charisma. That's like my whole jam. Where'd it go? There it is. I don't know if I have that. Cool. Anything else? Not really. Probably not, because I didn't realize this was down here until just now. Might be. I literally just happened upon it because I'm just like, let's go on a walk. Let's head on in this general direction. Who's that? Spider. I think I talked to that guy. I don't know if there's anyone not on the dock, on the docks I haven't talked to yet. Not quite 100% on that, but... Who's that? Who's that? Law? Yes. Don't mess with the law. Did I talk to you, Maximum? He's the Maximum Law. Overhead, a gigantic hollow sign shines like a searchlight, screaming its message through the dim light. It hums and flickers, sputtering like an old engine. Fierce electrical charges, crackles, sporadically burst out of the sign's emitter, stabbing your eyes and filling your ears with static. Under the baleful glare of the sign, the rusty mini-barge's deck is stacked with electronics. Dilapidated stereo share space with crisply boxed servers. Ranks of disks and memory chips fill display cases padlocked under plexiglass. I bet I can break the plexiglass with Duncan. A short human in his late 20s stands in the middle, hands on his hips, talking loudly into the air. Bulky virtual reality goggles cover his eyes. A data jack cable runs from his temple down his stained t-shirt to a beltload of clearly home-built computer hardware. No, I'm telling you. His voice is shrill, clipped. Nobody uses KM3s. Like, nobody. They're shit. I don't care what Dang says. If Shawasi SRP uses KM3s, they're stupid. Hey, flush is rolling up. I gotta go. He turns to face you, goggles blank and enigmatic, blinking with tiny lights and wrapped in duct tape. He points at your PDA. I ripped that PDA. You work for Kindly. His lips work impatiently. Yo, what do you want? You provided this PDA? Tell me about it. It was a Fuji Azura Star 3. They used a Scarab chip, which is good, but the motherboard is wet noodles and sprouts. I pulled out the trackers and installed encryption. Now it runs on the Wampoa virtual network. The core and cops can't crack it, can't track it. Well, thanks for the PDA. He shrugs dismissively. It's what we do. This is Lost Technology Palace, satellite territory of Wampoa. You step on the boat, you're in sovereign state. I represent Wampoa here. I'm Maximum Law. He draws himself up proudly, setting his hands on his hips. The Maximum Law, yo. You got a tech problem? Boom, I solve it. You need software? Boom, done. Don't waste my time. So you got any business in Wampoa right now? If not, keep moving. That's an amazingly ostentatious policy. Yo, Maximum Law looks up at the gigantic blue-white letters with deep satisfaction. It's pretty boss. Yeah, pretty boss. Damn right. It gives you a virile nod. You're a guy who appreciates the good stuff. I like that. Half of Heioi gets its juice from a pirate tap on a big Mitsuhama DC cable under the river. Mitsuhama's like, his voice winds up into a mocking line. Oh, let's run 2 million volts from the coal fusion plant to the island under the river. Those slow monkeys can't tap an underwater cable. Idiots. You know who built the tap that pulls electricity off that cable? Wampoa. You know whose barge holds the transformer? Mine. Maximum Law thrusts his fist into the air in silent victory. Cheap power for all and a whole lot of extra for me. Behold the lighthouse of Boom. Found this while poking around the walled city. Worth anything? He scans the chip's casing with a handheld optical reader. Yo, that shit is banned. Lifted off some Yellow Lotus? They traffic this stuff. Delimited sim chips, full sensory experiences. Looking for a buyer? I can make it happen. How's 120 Nuyen sound? Sure, take it. Hope it finds a good home. Well, yeah, I'll sample it first, but these Calhots can send you for a trip. Don't worry, I can handle my sims. Tell me about Wampoa. We're pretty much the best, Joe. What do you want to know? Law folds his arms impatiently as if he's irritated by your request, but he can't quite stifle a proud grin. Let's see. You seem very outspoken. Less modest than many Hong Kongers. Is that tribal? I am more outspoken. Whoa. My alarm just scared the piss out of me. I am more outspoken, yo. I don't need the meat space rituals. Modesty isn't efficient. He shrugs dismissively. Is that a Wampoan thing? For those of us who are most dialed, maybe. We're post-culture. Cultural. Jesus. Lal sweeps his hand around, gesturing at the surroundings. I hardly see any of this meat space. Our meat space headquarters is a big 20th century ship that's totally awesome. Whatever, it's just meat space. Wampoa is bleeding edge on the path to becoming the singularity, and in the singularity there's gonna be nothing but straight-up truth. Law punches his fist down at the ground, striking in a majestic pose like a Tridio barbarian. Boom, truth. What's the Wampoan doing on Kindly's turf? Are you a liaison? What am I doing here? Law seems shocked at the question. I'm an ambassador. I broker Wampoa services to Heioi. Emissaries like me are all over the Hong Kong, tying it together in an invisible network. So you work with Kindly doing tech for the Yellow Lotus? Well, I do some work directly with Kindly, but my focus is more the street level. We're all part of a big machine. Each piece is playing its critical role. As is so with any highly evolved machine. Exactly. That's why nobody messes with Wampoa. Boom. I love this guy. Does Wampoa provide any technical services to Hong Kong's port? Sure we do. We run pirate networks. Our services are way more than most ordinary people want, though. You can get prepaid bandwidth with a corporate carrier for fractions of a Nuyen, but you're selling your soul. They monitor it. If you want to operate unmonitored by corporate algorithms, you've got to fly through the Wampoa network. It's the only place to be. Just tell me about the tribe generally. Who are you guys? Law smirks. You really are new to the Kong, aren't you? We're the Neo Matrix Collective. We run the Hong Kong Data Haven and the Hong Kong Shadow Nets. We are the Hong Kong Shadow Nets. Outside the corporate nets is the rest of Hong Kong, and in those shadows you will find threads of golden light like a vast spiderweb that carry information. Those golden threads and that web is Wampoa. Law gives a curt, virile nod. My buddy, Red Storm, wrote that. Pretty wicked, huh? Anyway, wait, he's part of the freaking poetry slam that I keep coming across. Anyway, we're bleeding edge on the path of the singularity. We're doing things no one else is doing anywhere, except maybe Denver or Tokyo. Our homeland is the Matrix, and we're building a society of truth and expertise and information. Well, thank you. Outsiders don't understand us. Maybe you can, if you're really smart. We're in a whole different world than most people. Like, I'm seeing 3 streaming videos and live network stats in my goggles right now. Time's wasting, said the wolf. A ghoul was killing your tribal elders. Yeah, I heard. It's all over our network. So is the fact that you whacked him. Good on you. Maul shakes his bulky goggle-clad head in frustration. I can't believe Magpie's gone. She was the best of the bunch. She was brilliant. She decked, she coded, and she knew the infrastructure. Magpie and the rest of us and her bus maintained the shadow nets. We're the reason Wampoa can even stay independent. Now Ying is gonna take everything over, I bet. She and all her woohoo bullshit. She always wanted everybody else to kowtow to her weird-ass preaching, like she speaks for the machines or something. She can't code or build shit. She always wanted to run the show. Well, now that's gonna happen. Did you know the elders were involved? What? No. I'm gonna tell him the truth. Law is dead silent when you finish. His face is ashen and his usual boyishness seems gone. He looks almost old. Silverwolf, if this is true and it sounds like you've got enough evidence that it probably is. He momentarily lifts his goggles. His eyes are a deep, soulful brown, surrounded by premature wrinkles. I can't tell anyone about this. If Porter Lamb sided with the elders, that's it. He pulls his goggles back down. I wish I didn't know. Here, take this. I keep these cred sticks around for when people have special information. I'll forge some bullshit on my expense report about what I gave it for. We can't ever talk about this again. Alright, bye. You gotta go? Okay, watch your back and shoot straight, Law. Law grins at you and dexterously flashes a hand sign that Shadowrunners give each other in Hollywood shows. I got things to do too. Stop watching so much TV, you weirdo. Just kidding. He probably does watch way too much. He's like, I'm watching like 50 videos and I'm reading an article. And I'm like, you sound like me. I'm like the queen of multitasking in my house. Like my husband, he can't read a book and watch TV at the same time, or like play D&D and watch TV at the same time, but I'm just like, I can do that. I can do like multiple things. Like I can read a book, watch a movie, and hold a conversation. And then Josh is like, I can only do one at a time. Let me put my book down. Hold on. And I'm like, alright. Alright, we're gonna go to the Shangri-La to kidnap Rooster Lowe. That's the cafe mission. Okay, let's take Isabel. Duncan. He's my boy. Should I take Gobbet or Raptor? I already have a drone, but Koshé is a pretty badass drone. I think I'll take Raptor. Maybe I'll leave Isabel. No, I should probably take Isabel. I'll take Raptor just because his drone is like super fucking powerful. Like, powerful AF. Oh wait, you know what I'm gonna do first? I'm gonna save it. Just so I don't have to go through all that talking again. Maybe a smart thing to do, right? You save. Yes. Okay, now let's take the mission. So that way, if I do have to change teammates because these aren't working. Alright, we'll take Isabel, we'll take Duncan, and we'll take Gobbet, because she can heal really well. Sure. Yes. Isabel has her grenade launcher, and Gobbet's my healer, and Duncan is Duncan, so. I just enjoy his company. He's so pretty. Okay. Uninvited guests. That's us. A tangle of marine decorum, restless lights, and ambrosial scents mingle atop a floating quay to accent the Shangri-La, Aberdeen Harbour's premier dining location. With competitive views of the surrounding bay, the restaurant attracts a steady crowd of tourists and Wuxing personnel. The primary moneyman for the 289, Shung Sing Rooster Lowe, is enjoying a rare meal outside a triad-held territory. Intel says he set up in one of the restaurant's private dining rooms, but he's not alone. Rooster keeps a personal bodyguard, a notorious orc called the Talon, in addition to his regular security detail. You've seen photos of the Talon's handiwork, bodies so battered it's hard to tell where one bruise ends and the next begins. Your mission? Locate Rooster, extract him from the Shangri-La, and deliver him to your client alive. Simple, fast, low profile. Of course, even the simplest of runs can go sideways. I like it when things go sideways. Okay, let's go. Hello. Okay. 1 second. Okay, sorry, I had to yawn. Stepping into the interior hall of the Shangri-La, you're confronted by a massive wall of troll, the restaurant's front door security. He speaks with surprising elocution. Welcome to the Shangri-La. We strive to provide our patrons with an exquisite dining experience. If you have any questions or require special accommodations, don't hesitate to speak with our staff. Small crowd, where are all your diners? Most of our weekday business is confined to the private rooms upstairs, corporate affairs and such. He looks you up and down, frowns. Please keep in mind that any disturbance will be promptly de-escalated by our security, meaning we're going to snap you in half. We reserve the right to bar service to unruly patrons. Thank you and enjoy your meal. Thanks. He's just a rando, I don't know. Let's go talk to this lady. They're like, the crab was amazing, but it took so long. A waitress swamped with orders is caught unaware by your approach. Oh, welcome to the Shangri-La, sir. Our hostess will seat you as soon as she gets back. You're welcome to wait in the lounge. This will only take a second. A loud exhalation escapes to her nose, and her eyes dart toward the kitchen. She musters an empty smile and nods in false hospitality. Absolutely, sir. What is it you need? I'm looking for someone, a Mr. Lowe. He has a reservation here tonight? Sorry, I'm not familiar with that name. I'll bet a hard-working waitress like yourself is good with faces. You'd certainly remember this man. He travels with a big orc who's got a nasty scar on his cheek. She fiddles with her scratch pad and eyes the plenteous orders scrawled across his top page. After a moment of consideration, she speaks. I might know the orc. If he's who I'm thinking of, he only comes around a couple times a year. I have never served him, but I've heard he gets really pushy with the other waiters. Pushy, huh? Why is that? He's allergic to shellfish, I think. We get so many orders, sometimes mistakes are made. A hint of fear flashes across her face. I didn't just say that. I can assure you our service is second to none. She nervously peeks over her shoulder. Come on now. You must have heard where the orc and Mr. Lau are eating, since you have to make sure allergy-related orders get to the right place. Sir, this is the Shangri-La. We have over 24 private dining rooms in addition to our main dining floor. As I've already said, I serve out here. Your friend could be in any of our other rooms. Now excuse me, I need to place these orders. Enjoy your meal. And with that, she wheels around and marches toward the kitchen. Duncan's like, smooth, and I'm like, I didn't hear you offering any help, bro. Just call him bro when I'm mad. There's a guy. There's a hand. You talk to the guy. I like talking. Henry. A well-dressed man sits alone at the bar, elbows propped atop the counter. His face is hard, eyes blank. He swirls the contents of his half-empty glass as if in a stupor. Between the swollen eyes and whiskey double, it isn't hard to guess his mood. As you approach, he rubs his temples and graces you with a lazy sideways glance, mumbles under his breath, yeah, not like I can dig myself any deeper. Rough day. He looks at you again through dull, bloodshot eyes, but his gaze drifts elsewhere before returning to his drink. Lost 2 contracts, missed a 3rd, late for a meeting, and publicly shamed by my coworker, all during the 9 to 5. New record, far as I can tell. Takes a long pull from his glass, exhales. At least I got that going for me. Your coworker sounds like an asshole. How'd you get shamed? Negligence. My coworker took 2 of my contracts while they were in renewal. I'd overlooked them for a day or 2. Damn, it was just a couple of days. He sighs and begins to sway. Whether it's involuntarily or to calm himself is uncertain, but his chair creaks loudly in protest. Anyway, he took my clients and made a fool of me. I've been rubbing it in ever since. How'd you lose your contracts? Wish I knew. One of them was always almost a done deal, but for some reason the client suddenly changed their tune and the contract slipped away before I could officially close it. The other two contracts were for ongoing clients, people I'd worked with for years, but I somehow forgot about their annual renewal date and a more diligent coworker picked them up. I got no credit for the long-term partnership with these clients. If anything, I now look worse for losing them, even though I brought them into the losing in the first place. He leans back and lets out a weary groans. His breath reeks of alcohol. And just who is this diligent coworker of yours? Him. He nods his head toward the group at the end of the bar, an elf at its center. David. He laughs bitterly to himself, the motion drawn out and sluggish. Props to him. My clients, they talk real big about networking and all that, right? But they'd sell their own family to save a couple new yen. And you know the strangest part? My clients have started ignoring me, even avoiding me, and when they do respond to my inquiries, they're curt and dismissive. It's almost as if I've offended them somehow, but I haven't done anything at all. His voice cracks in frustration. I'm going to see what David has to say about all this. Ugh, talking to him is a waste of time. He's just an empty suit, all airs, no substance. He slams back the last of his drink and clumsily turns to face you, but his eyes lock onto David. It's your time to waste. I won't stop you. I'm gonna go stab David. He sounds like a dickhead. Alright, David. David is all smiles. He's just finished a joke to the uproarious laughter of his party. Hello, friend. Trying to get in on this joviality? You're welcome to join us for the next round. His words bleed into each other. This isn't his first drink. What are we celebrating? My recent successes. Through some hard work and a little businessly persuasion. He winks at you knowingly. I sealed 2 contracts and a third is on the way. Hey, congratulations. Next round's all on me. David beams. Here's a real friend. Come, let's drink. So, from one friend to another, how did you bag all those contracts in one day? A fresh flush fills David's cheeks. He wobbles on the spot and grins at you. Wasn't too hard, truth be told. Someone did most of the work for me. You see that poor sod down there? He gestures to Henry. We just upgraded our security at work. A few nights ago, that fool left behind a note containing his new password. I wrote it down and had some fun. Sent nasty messages to his clients and removed a couple of appointments from his schedule. David tosses his hands into the air, spilling his drink, and boom. I'm Employee of the Month. All I had to do was some damage control. But that man's clients, they're now mine. Nicely done. Very clever, my friend. His cocky smile stretches across his all-too-proud face. I thought so, too. Thanks again for the drink, friend. You have yourself a good night. Hey, Silver Wolf, these guys are right on the edge. Both blasted, one pissed off, the other, well, an asshole. One word and these guys will be throwing down. If that happens loud enough, security is bound to respond. Just a thought. Oh, Duncan, my sweet adopted brother. You're right. I feel like I'd call him bro when I'm mad and then like honey when I'm just like talking to him. A guard steps forward and raises his hand. Sorry, sir. This area is off limits. And why is that? This is the Woozing employee patio, reserved for Woozing customers and their guests. General public's not admitted. Why don't you head back to your table? There's ample seating in the main dining room. What if I ask nicely? Will you let me through then? A corner of the guard's mouth cracks into a weak smile. Sorry, but not even the mighty please and thank you will help you here. I had to try. Let's go talk to Henry. Henry, you want to go fuck shit up? Henry gazes into his tall drink in front of him. You came back. Listen, that David prick you mentioned, turns out he broke into your work terminal and sent your client some nasty messages in your name. Then he swooped in and stole them. A spark of sobriety washes over Henry. The dullness in his eyes drains away and he sits up alarmed. That explains why no one returned my messages. With a grunt, he smashes his fist onto the counter. He turns toward David and mutters through clenched teeth. He wants to play dirty? I can handle it. I can handle him. He jumps up and marches towards David. Ooh, grab the popcorn. Henry and David stand inches from one another, both men wearing the fiercest expressions they can muster. Their hatred is almost palpable. How their confrontation will play out is unclear, but one thing is for certain. You have a great seat. Truth. Henry stabs a finger into David's chest and speaks in a low hiss. You stole my business and I know it. You might have picked this fight, but I'm going to win it. Fair and fucking square. Show you how those with integrity operate, you cheat. David's mouth eases into a contented smirk. You want to lose face twice in one day? I'm happy to oblige, but not in here. I'll be damned if the Shangri-La bans me for thrashing a worthless crap stain like you on their property. Let's finish this outside. Now. Fine, but don't think that this will give you any sort of advantage. It only means I won't have to hold back. Let's go. That's true. You have nothing to lose, Henry. I mean, like, you're free to just fuck shit up. Okay, now let's go talk to the chef about allergies. Oh, sorry. A heady aroma of spices and sweat bombards your senses. As the cooks move through the kitchen, scents churn in their wake. Some sharp, some sweet, some altogether unfamiliar, but all delicious. The chef barks an order to his assistant searing fish, then whirls around muttering fervently to himself. He stops short once he notices you standing in his kitchen. I told him I needed an extra server. Not a hobo. Shoo. He gestures towards the door and returns to tasting an array of sauces. I'm not a hobo. You're a hobo. Suck me nuts. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna go punch that guy in the face. Just kidding. Just punch the chef. He's like, no. I'm like, yeah, no. Call me a hobo. Let's go talk to him. Hey, buddy. Chef Yanlun? The chef peers at you over a mountain of oysters. No guest in the kitchen. Out. Sorry to intrude, but I need to speak with the head chef. He grabs a towel off a nearby rack and wipes his hands, grumbling to himself. I'm head chef. I have little time to cook my food, and even less for conversation. It'd be in your best interest to answer my questions. How do I put this? I am a very influential person. The chef freezes at the implication in your words. I scan your face, searching for... My phone scared me again. Searching for any tell that might suggest you're bluffing. Just make it quick. You've got 60 seconds before I have to pull those prawns out of the boiler. Looking for someone in the restaurant, Mr. Lowe. He's like with the private dining. I kind of like it. I'm told one of tonight's guests has a shellfish allergy. A less than mild-mannered orc. Jeez, sound familiar? Sorry. But that's a polite way to put it. Gave 2 of my cooks broken ribs and a matching set of black eyes last time he stormed my kitchen. He waves his hand. Yes, I know that orc. Got a shellfish allergy he's overly keen on hounding us about. As though this wasn't the top seafood restaurant in the 6th world. Right, so what would it take for me a few shrimp in his meal tonight? Sure. What? He balks at your suggestion. After a moment's recovery, he looks straight at you, nostrils flared. You can't possibly be saying what I think you are. You want me to poison a diner? You're deranged. I'm calling security. Listen. Just take the money. I just need your hand to slip. Add an extra ingredient or 2. The chef nervously wrings his towel between his hands, stares at the sumptuous plates of food waiting to be eaten. A glance over his shoulders, a shake of his head, and he smiles, a small wry thing. You know, he never appreciated our cuisine, our art. I think a special thanks is in order. See yourself out, won't you? Thank you. Appreciate. Let's go here. Let's see. Check orders. Oh, that's just orders that are entering new order. Pops up and let's see how to code. Name. Okay. So, poison the orc who's allergic to shellfish. Started a fight as a distraction. Now I can go over here. What is this? Wait for target. The gnarled bar stool offers little in the way of comfort. A quick look around reveals the disparity between the restaurant proper and the bar, the latter of which appears neglected in comparison to the pristine dining room. Old dried drink rings dapple the counter's uneven surface, and angry scratches run down its length. But you've got time to kill before Rooster arrives, and this is as good a spot as any to wait. Just grab a drink. The minutes tick away as you mull over a cold one. Rooster should be here any time now. The door opened so fast. Surprised that waiter didn't get, like, trapped in it. An alarmed waiter in a tussled uniform stumbles into the kitchen. Chef, we have a problem. A big problem. Cut the drama, Cork Mage. We're working here. Cork Mage. I like it. Cut the drama, Cork Mage. I should say that to people. Just in real life. We've got a fight out front in a sick diner, and you're still in here glazing dumplings? Our second floor guest is pissed. His head of security spewing up prawns, looking for someone to blame. Better brace yourself for a mouthful of fists. The chef's like, whatever. I'm so scared. It's like the kind of, like, personality he has. A howl and several thumps catch the cooking staff's attention. Apprehensive glances are tossed around the kitchen. Their fear abruptly confirmed as a huge orc bursts into the room. The jagged scar on the orc's cheek matches your client's description of the Talon, or it would if the Talon's face weren't a lumpy, swollen, seeping mess. The Talon's face flushes in anger, or perhaps it's a side effect of his allergy, and he raises a knobby finger to the room. What is wrong with this place? His swollen lips spit more saliva than sounds. Excuse me, sir. You're holding the kitchen up. If you have any questions or concerns, speak to our host up front. He rounds on the chef, shoulders raised in disbelief. I've got a concern, all right. A concern regarding this shithouse you call a restaurant. His voice booms. This is the third time you slopheads have fucked up my order. If I'm regularly forced to choke down your garbage, I expect at the least some substitutions to be followed. Some substitutions? Yeah. To be followed. No shellfish. Get it right, or next time someone's going to end up a whole lot worse than maimed. Duncan turns to you, eyebrows raised. And you call me short-fused. Maybe now you'll think twice before ragging on me when things heat up. Oh no, I'll never stop ragging on you, Duncan. He's like, perfect. Hey, if the Talon's down here, that means he's left the upstairs room unguarded. You're right. Let's go while he's still distracted. You know, I love how, like, he says that, and this fucking lady here is just watching me. Like, she's like, hello, sir. And I'm just like, hello, how are you? And then I just walk past her. Oh shit, he's just like, halt, who goes there? Inside the private dining room, you're immediately greeted by the piercing stare of two massive dragon statues. The flickering lights are just bright enough to illuminate their bronze bodies, the effect an eerie illusion of slithering scales. Across the room stands your target, Shung Sing Rooster Low. Hands trembling at his sides, a single anxious guard stands at the door. Something has him on edge. The Talon is missing. Sweat drips down Rooster's gaunt face. His eyes dart back and forth across the room, trying to size you up, assess the situation. Without support, he appears nothing more than a trapped rooster, who without his talons is defenseless. In an effort to invoke a sense of authority, he raises his voice. Who are you? What do you want? I've come to deliver you to my client, Mr. Lowe. Don't worry, they specified that you are not to be harmed. If you'll please come with me, we can make this easy. I like this one. Like, oh, your big bodyguard's missing? Well, you're fucked. He's like, oh, good. His anger flares. How dare you speak to me as if I were a child? Zhu, where is the Talon? Where's the rest of my security? A second passes while his eyes scour the room looking for someone, anyone to come to his aid. Never you mind. Just get the street tramp out of here. Yes, sir. You don't want to do that. It's my job to scrag thugs like you. You really want to fight me? Seem eager for an ass-kicking. No Talon, no backup, all alone? You must really like your boss. I like that one. It's very saucy. He glances at Rooster. Not exactly, no. He begins to slowly back towards the door. Fact, you can have him. Good boy. Love how he just, like, pieces the fuck out. He's like, no, thank you. Why am I zoomed in? He's just gone. He's like, I left the stove on. No, wait, spare my life, I beg you, please. Drops of spit spatter from his mouth, his desperation obvious. Stop that, I'm here to take you alive. Don't make me change my mind. Listen, Seattle, we may have Rooster, but these stiffs were probably just a handful of his guards. He could have more downstairs. We can't leave the same way we came in. If we're gonna get out of here in one piece, we need to find a new exit route fast, and I'm betting this chicken guy knows one. Chicken guy. Fucking got it. I'll bet you're right. Let's ask. Rooster's teeth are clattering inside his head. His frame shakes uncontrollably. The realization that he's at your mercy, with no one there to defend him, is setting in. Well, Mr. Lowe, mind pointing us to the exit? Rooster stammers incoherently for a moment, but his words soon catch up with him. It's just outside of this room, to the right, but it's locked. Oh, I bet you have a key. Let's just pat you down. You find a small key in his coat pocket. The ornate pattern carved into its head matches patterns painted throughout the restaurant. Got what I wanted. Let's go. Oh, sweet. I'm just gonna attempt to get it open. Ooh. Talk to the fish? Hello, fish. A monolithic, extravagant aquarium dominates the restaurant's lounge. Awakened sea anemones open and close along the tank's rocky bottom, unfurling to reveal a riotous explosion of color. It's like a natural fireworks display. In the upper reaches of the tank, multicolored fish of all shapes and descriptions circle and swarm. Schools of tiny prawns dart in and out of the rocks as skate-like things that size of koi glide through the water above them. Something like a lionfish made of bronze beats its frilly tail, causing shafts of light to reflect and refract through the water. Some of the animals in this tank must be exceedingly rare and expensive. Take an exotic fish. All right, fishy, you're coming with me. Do it. Good thinking. She eyes the largest, shiniest fish in the tank. I don't know what you are, but I do know that you've got a date with a bowl of noodles when we get you back home. It's worth more alive, Gobbet. When we sell it, I'll buy you a mackerel. You pop open a feeding port on the side of the tank. With a deft hand, you grab a large spotted fish and plop it into the hydration bladder that you find in a dispenser on the side of the tank. The fish stares at you, bumping its head against the shimmering plastic. Secured in its bladder, it should live until you can find a buyer after the run. I love how she's like, you are delicious. And I'm like, Gobbet, no. Down. Bad Gobbet. Sit. Alright, I'm gonna save it again because I don't want to have to go through all that speaking. Oh, is it because I'm moving? Cease the movement. Yes, it is. I can't save and move at the same time because this game is not that intuitive. Okay. This way. It's like, stop walking. I'm just... your comm link clicks a burst of static, then the sound clears to reveal a soft voice. Silver Wolf? Is this your channel? Sure is. Name's Pylon. I'm your gateway driver. We have details to discuss, but let's keep it brief. Time's ticking. Another burst of static and Pylon continues. I'm at the loading dock across the bridge from the restaurant's main entrance. The gold schooner can't miss me, but neither will the HKPF, who I've just learned are on their way here in response to a security call. Well, shit, on the way. One last thing. I may be the driver, but this ain't my rig. Door's locked and I don't know the code. You may have to break in. Good luck and get moving. A click in your comm link fills with static. Pylon is gone. Sweet sauce. A pair of triad gangsters block your path. Men, help me! The words start pouring out of Rooster's mouth so quickly that they blur together. You free me, get me away from here, and I guarantee you'll be rewarded. Nguyen, favors, power, whatever you want. The two guards exchange a look, then turn back to Rooster smiling. Actually, we're liking the position we're in now. You begging at our feet. The idea that maybe once you're gone, we can move up the chain. You know, Rocco here's plenty qualified to take your seat. In fact, we might as well make sure you don't make it out of here alive. Rooster's like, what the fuck? Rooster looks up at them, irate. His fury fizzles upon spotting the thugs' various and ample gutlery. No, why I can make you rich. Easy there. Let's not make this a scene. We go our way, you go yours. The gangsters look you over. No ink, no suits. You wanted them runners? No. Shit, a runner? Don't let him take off with Rooster. He reaches for his weapons. Get him. Why? You want him gone. Right? Correct? I'm like, your best fucking bet. Doy. They're just like, don't let him run off with a Rooster. And I'm like, that's stupid. Dumb. Not dumb. Who's that? Rooster, I need you to take your ass over here to the corner. Okay? Don't come out to me silly too, because you'll be fucked. Ow. Why grenades? Hey. That's mine. That's my robot. Oh, exactly 7 damage. Sweet. Oh no, you're gonna stay right there. That's a problem. Where are you going? Good shot. I missed. My blank. Oh, whoops, I forgot I was standing 2 inches from my friends. Thank you. That was my bee. Can we heal? Can I really use my super sweet, awesome superpowers? Can we block this door? That'd be a smart thing to do, correct? No? Okay. There's a door there. There's a little spirit thingy. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Touch it. Isabel. Do it. Oh god. That's him standing in the door. The Talon burst out of the Shangri-La, nearly tearing the doors from their hinges. Despite the fleshy lumps that have transformed his face into an unreadable swollen mess, his rage is clear. At the side of the Talon, you see Rooster's body relax, his voice cracks. Talon, I'm over here. I've got weapons trained on me, can't move. Save me and we're out of here. Take this incident straight to the top. They'll herald our survival, reward us. Through leaking eyes, the Talon homes in on Rooster. You little shit, dragging me to this restaurant over and over, making me eat filth or watch you stuff your goddamn face full of it. And now here you are, turned traitor in a blink. Rooster is trembling with fear or anger, or both. He raises a shaky finger and points it at the Talon. You can't speak to me that way. You're beneath me. I'm still a red pole, and when the triad comes for me, I'll see you flayed for those words. Oh, I bet. Ha! The laugh punches the air. Talon's lips curve into a clumsy smile, eyes gleaming. You won't get shit from the 289s. In fact, if your new allies don't gut you, the triad will. Make sure you don't go squawking to anybody about high-level plans or secrets or whatever. A flea like you won't last the night. Rooster's fake bravado melts away. Eyes wide, he looks desperately around him, trapped like a mouse in a snake's coil, enemies on each side. His voice is small, pleading. Talon, Johnny, please, please help me. It wasn't all bad, right? We had some good runs, you remember? Panic shakes him. I had no choice, Johnny. I was forced to surrender. But if you help me, get me out of here, I can see to it that you're rewarded, even promoted. How would you like that? Without hesitation, the Talon takes a step forward and spits on the ground. To hell with you, you spineless mid-pusher. I bet you didn't even put up a fight, just rolled over and played the captive. Coward. I'm going to enjoy planting a hole in your soft, worthless skull. He readies his weapon. Of course he does. Because he's so aggressive. I'm not quite sure. I need to watch their little turn. So it doesn't work. So we're going this way. Go! Isabel! Oh. No! No! Ah! Shit! Fuck. No, don't Don't see me. Thank you. Right. I can't. It's kind of more of a distraction than anything. Monsters are garbage. It's fine. It's kind of only there to, like, distract, so. I want to kind of put him here. That's what I'm going to do. Oh, yeah, he's got food for this thing. Because I'm a dick. Oh. This way? I think I have to go towards what the destination I'm trying to get to. Go in. God, I hate these. They're really fucking hard. No! Shit. Oh, shit. Do you have a poison fog? I don't know how big the fog is, though. Oh, that's just a spell. Like Monsoon's turn? I do hate that. Even if you're like 2 inches from someone, you still get your ass handed to you. Thank you for startling me again. Oh god, he's coming over here. He's coming over here. Go away. No, no thanks. I'm good. Ow. assassin. Rude. Ew. Just like peace out, like run garbage. There. Get as close as you can, I guess. He's just like, oh no, he's all barfy. Throwing stuff at me. I don't care if you shoot my robot. Whatever at this point. We gotta go. Ow. Let's go. Okay. Well, that's good. Did I just get knocked out of... Oh shit. Wake up. He's dead, so that's good. I just need her to fucking cover her goddamn face. Ow! I think they're more likely to probably come after. Oh, they're gonna go straight after. Oh, weird. Ow! I wish there was some sort of like revenge strike thing that they could use. Like the enemy hits me and then I like immediately like retaliate. I bet there is. I'm just gonna get her the fuck out of here. try to cycle through their turn faster? No, they can't. Problem. You're using a shotgun from far away. I made that mistake. There we go. That was a pain in the ass. They're like, hey, come back. I'm like, no. Just leaving. Never. Okay. The boat sways languidly atop the water. Insulated walls stifle outside noises, as if the chaos just beyond the door belonged to another world. Its interior is cramped, made smaller by maritime equipment protruding from the walls. The scent of sea and moldering wood dominates your senses, ripened from years of perfunctory cleaning. Finally, a safe place to rest. Rooster flinches at your approach. When he speaks, he tries to sound confident, but his voice cracks. The 289s are going to jam you up for this. Doubt it. With you out of the way, someone's probably nabbed your job by now. Yeah. You heard the man. If you know what's good for you, you'll clap your trap, chicken man. She grunts in frustration. Can this schooner go any slower? I want to get paid already. There's a cinnamon bun stall in Kai Tak with my name on it. Hang in there. She's like, me. I want the cinnamon. You wouldn't let me eat the fish, and now I want the cinnamon. I want the cinnamon roll. The boat heaves and pitches over the bay as your diver plows through the choppy waves to the drop-off point, leaving the Shangri-La restaurant far behind. Inside, restlessness fills the cabin. You finished the job. The extraction was a success, and now your client awaits his prize, the triad red pole rooster. It wasn't easy. It should have been. It would have been if that damn Talon hadn't mangled your plans with his visceral determination. But even a street-forged orc like the Talon could be stricken down. With the Talon dead, your escape from the restaurant to the getaway boat was made smoother. Well, as smooth as wading through a small army of triads and skirting the HKPF dragnet could be. Luckily, Rooster got through the pursuit unharmed. And with the Talon now permanently out of commission, you might earn a few extra nuyen from your client. All in all, a good run. I agree. That was epic. I was so mad that we had him food poison. It's okay. He can't complain now. He's dead. Report the restaurant now, dick for brains. Okay. Optional. Get some rest. We're gonna save it right here. And that is going to be it for tonight. I have 8 karma to spend on being more charismatic and charming. Anyway. Thank you guys so much for coming in and watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. I feel less sad now. That movie just really wrecked my shit. So, like I said, if you get a chance to watch A Monster Calls, please go watch it. It's on Netflix right now, and it will tear you apart from the inside out and leave you in a crying mess on the floor or bed or chair or wherever you are. But yeah, bring tissues and lots of water. Be prepared. But yeah, love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.